In Imo State, 3,000 households are set to benefit from food items and personal equipment donated by the Victim Support Fund COVID-19 Task Force. Handing over the items to the state government in Owerri, Chairman of the fund, General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, said the intervention was part of efforts to mitigate the effect of COVID-19 on vulnerable groups in the society. TVC News' Prince Uba reports.
Victim Support Fund is a humanitarian organization by T.Y. Danjuma to take care of those affected by terrorism and violence in Nigeria. As part of its effort to soften the harsh effect of COVID-19 on vulnerable households, the task force has so far covered 30 states and are now in Imo State to complement the efforts of the government by providing food, potable water, hygiene and health care equipment to rural communities in the country. General Danjuma, who was represented by the chairperson of the Victim Support Fund, urged the government of Imo State to ensure that the items get to the poorest of the poor. The Imo State Deputy Governor, Professor Placid Njako, commended the donors and assured it will get to the targeted audience.
We are going to ensure that everything that has come here for these people who have been deranged by COVID-19 will get to all those affected people. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the event of today also teaches all of us a lesson. That yes, like T.Y. Danjuma, he can make these provisions for 3,000 people per state, provide boreholes and so on. But all of us as individuals can also make our own very small contributions.
We're a very technology-driven non-profit organization, and we had to work with, as you also noticed, beyond the government, we're working with the CSOs, local NGOs, to identify the vulnerable households.
The task force earlier inaugurated a solar-powered borehole at Central School Umuokire, Okuku in Owerri West local government area of the state to serve the school and the people of the community.
We want communities that have needs. We want communities where it doesn't matter, it's not about connection or power. So, for example, I'm sure that nobody in Okuku here has ever seen me or seen anybody from VSF, but it was out of the shared needs assessment that we do at the VSF that we came all the way from Abuja, to identify a community like this one.
What we want to use the water is for drinking. Before we used to test it, we used to go everywhere, we used to fetch for water, but now we have water. I want to say again, may God bless VSS.
The task force had a mandate to provide palliative measures to internally displaced persons and other vulnerable groups around the country as part of its contribution to national efforts to fight COVID-19. Prince Uba, TVC News, Owerri.